Okay, my last video made it sound like I hate big giant pumpkin growers. I don't. So, as a matter of fact, I subscribe to several of them. Um, Pumpkinista is my absolute favorite, and then there is Chad New and the Pumpkin Club. Um, so I will put links to all of them at the bottom of this video in the description, and you can take a look. And I'm also going to link what I think is a really important backyard pumpkin video. A question I get all the time is, can I grow pumpkins in containers? My first answer is no, because I haven't had a lot of luck. You have to have an awfully large container even for small pumpkins. But I do know that there was a woman on YouTube years ago who lived in a condo and grew pumpkins on her balcony, but I think she was growing mini pumpkins. I'm not sure. But there is somebody who did a video just a few years ago, and I'm going to link that at the description of the video, in the description, and you can take a look at what he says. I do grow pumpkins in containers, so to speak, because they're in these metal beds, but not on a patio or a balcony. I did see one video where a woman was objecting to these metal beds. I don't know if it's the latitude I'm at or whatever, but these never get so hot that they cook the plants. A bigger problem is this little tomatoes in a fiber pot, cloth pot. These lose moisture very, very quickly, so you have to water them every day. Even if you're growing a cactus in there, I think. What's growing in this one is a burpee tomato that is selling point is that you can grow it in your backyard from seed. As I've said in all my videos so far, you can grow almost any tomato from seed in your backyard in Zone 5B. But this one, I have to add something. It was growing very slowly. And I had to keep it covered because the birds were plucking the seedlings out of this bed. And then it rained. We had a big rainstorm, and all of a sudden it shot up like crazy. This was literally overnight it got this big. So maybe there's something about it where it grows faster, but I don't know. Anyway, it's called groundswell if you're interested in that. I do think here's another thing that comes up a lot. I do think that it is, if you're in Zone 5 or below, it's probably too late for a backyard barber. Oh man, it's hot. Backyard gardener to plant pumpkins right now, and unless they're already growing, you get them from some kind of a store and they're already growing. In that case, be careful transplanting, because pumpkins have very weak root systems. So what you're going to need to do is make sure you get the entire root system out with the plant, and then water it like crazy for at least 2 weeks, and it might take for you. But growing from seed, it's a little late in Zone 5B right now. And yeah, that was my only point for today. I wanted to keep it short because it's so hot out here. I haven't been reacting well to the heat this year. Usually I adjust, but I'm not adjusting at all this year. So I'm just going to come out and say a few things and let you know that I'm still here, and I'm still not wearing an NFL football cheerleader costume. You wouldn't want to see it if I did. And I'll see you next time. I don't know if it'll be all the way next week, but it'll be soon. Talk to you later. Okay, gotta add this because I keep forgetting. The bit about giant pumpkin growers. Like I said, I don't hate them. I know my other video made it sound like I hate them. I don't. I admire them. The reason being that what they do is very, very hard work. growing a giant pumpkin is not a natural pursuit, and it takes a lot of effort. It's like growing roses. For many years I tried to grow roses organically and all that stuff. Then I figured out roses aren't real natural as we know them these days. Most of them aren't anyway. So you have to kind of become unnatural to get them to grow. And but that said, there are a lot of giant pumpkin growers who are using organic methods. Anyway, the videos that I will post below will illustrate what they go through trying to grow a champion pumpkin. And the point I want to make is that not these guys, but people on social media who are trying to help you grow pumpkins will often tell you things that only apply to giant pumpkins. When you're trying to grow a jack-o'-lantern for your kid, and all of a sudden you think you have to run out at the break of dawn and pollinate the flower, and cull all the other female flowers off the plant and feed it a certain way and blah 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 blah. No, you don't have to do that with jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns are relatively easy to grow. Giant pumpkins are not. So I would go into the difference between Maximas and Peppos, but that doesn't apply in all situations and it gets confusing. So we'll just leave it at giant pumpkins are not easy to grow. Jack-o'-lanterns are pretty easy to grow. So that's it for this week. See you next time.